Well, let's just begin this. There we go. Hi, everyone. I hope you're doing well. Okay, there we go. Just give me a second. I'm just going to put some music on for us. Sorry, 1 second. What's our favorite? No, I'll just put on MBIANT music. Hi, everyone. I'm going to get started in one moment. I actually pulled some cards already, but I brought out another deck. I was going to not do the reading this morning, but I just wanted to know the energy of the collective. And it's like, I can't not do the reading. I love doing this morning reading. I can't help it. And I like doing a nighttime reading too for us. So maybe I'm going to be day and night type reader. I do want to, sorry about that, I'm totally loungewear today because I'm here doing readings and people know that have booked on my website, A Touch of Tarot. Thank you so much. I need a lighter. Absolutely. So some of you know I'll be interviewing a divine masculine, someone who I know who's become very enlightened and very aware of his role as a divine masculine. It's really crazy. So today I spoke to him and I told him, we would love to know more about what being an evolved man who came from, harsh times. And what we were talking about, it was so amazing. When I do interview him, I'm going to bring him here. I'm going to put a chair somewhere and have him, maybe I'll just sit right here and just have him talk. He talks just about what he was saying is one thing that the divine feminine, that the masculine, he uses this terminology, first of all. He knows about our terminology. And I said to him, do you know the terminology, divine masculine, divine feminine? He said, I'm very aware of that. So he said, as a divine masculine, what we need from the divine feminine is for her to hold space, to allow them to open up and to come forward. That's what he was saying. And I'm like, okay, this is amazing. I basically just said, save it. So please do, hi everyone, send questions you would have for him. Some of you have sent the questions. I wrote them down. Look how I write my stuff. I'm sorry. But questions like one of the questions were, do you understand you have a role as an awoken divine masculine? And I didn't ask him that, but he basically already said that he knows he has a role to help other divine masculines awaken. It was just amazing, our conversation. So I can't wait to do the interview. He's going up to the bushes for the weekend. He's going to actually do a podcast with Giovanni. I don't know who this Giovanni is. He said he's a very awoken podcaster and a lot of people know him. I don't know him, but I will look him up. Maybe it's called Conscious Evolution or something like that. Anyhow, he's going to do a podcast, then go to the bushes for the weekend to get in touch with nature. He was talking how a lot of past issues have been coming up for him lately, for him to basically go over again and check. So I can't wait to do that interview, and it will be live, right? Why not? Pretty sure. And I hope you guys send me questions because we're not really going to be able to read this, and I don't want to read the screen and I don't want to interrupt him. I want him to just tell us what he has to tell us. Okay. So I did pull cards and I'll tell you how this all started. Just take a look here at the cards. Here, I'll just leave it here actually. Okay. So this is how it all started. I said, what is the energy for the collective today? I usually am thinking about the divine masculine when I ask that question. So this is how the two first cards came out. Oh, no, wait. This actually came out with this card as well. I remember. 3 cards came out like this. So, of course, I'm sitting here and I'm like, whoa, what is this about? And even though I did put this card in the upright there, this card, when I clarified the Queen of Cups, came in reverse. And when I clarified the Queen of Swords, she got the Magician and the King of Swords. But I'm going to start here and with what I was picking up, because I do feel like I was picking up a pretty interesting message about what's going on with a group of people. So we have this Queen of Cups energy, and I feel that this is more, I have to tell you guys, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy, and Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini energy here, because it's two queens, right? So I just think it's important to bring that up so you can kind of differentiate who it may be. Hi, and thank you so much for your likes, everyone. And before I start, let me please mention, oh my gosh, I keep on forgetting, San Francisco. So now we are booking for the 9th. There may still be some spots on the 8th, but I know we're definitely booking for Saturday, November 9th. You can get a reading with Sylvia and I or myself. The prices are $150 or $200, depending on the amount of time. And, you know, that's for both of us. So you don't have to do double that amount. It's just that amount. If you're interested and you're going to be in San Francisco from the 7th to the 11th, well, I'm going to say from the 8th to the 11th, though I will be there still the 12th and the 13th. But I want to just concentrate on those days for now. Please let us know. One of us, you can either contact Sylvia, the Enchanted World of Twin Flames, or you can contact myself, atouchoftarot@gmail.com, okay? So I got that out and I remembered. Yay. Okay. So let me tune into this and let me just get out a little clearing energy. I started my day with my meditations, which I'm highly recommending everyone to do. I still have that dream on my mind, everyone. So I don't know how you guys feel about that dream. I do want to dig this. There we go. Okay. So now we begin, because I really want to tune in, because I was really trying to say, like, what is the message here? First message we have to pay attention to is this is an energy of a couple, you know, clearly it has to be, because I'm asking for the collective energy, but both of these people have their backs facing each other. Okay. And you know, the first message I got was because they're both thinking about different things. We have this Queen of Cups energy looking at this cup. Now, I had picked up a whole bunch of messages, to be honest, and I forgot them now, because it actually had something to do with this person worrying. And the fact that it was clarified with the Four of Wands in reverse, it was telling me this person is overthinking with this Ace of Cups and all of the spilling over. It's like they're putting too much in that cup. And this is just what I picked up. You know, this isn't Ace of Cups. It's a beautiful energy to have. But when it comes with the Queen of Cups, and she's looking at this empty, I can't say empty, this cup with a lid on it. So she's closed off, the energy here, closed off, looking at this cup, saying, can I open it? Can I love? And then worrying. I just pick up constant worrying from this energy here, from this Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy. What happens if I give too much love? What happens if I open my lid? What happens if, future thinking now, right? What happens if, you know, our foundation cracks? And what happens if I try to build something with someone and it doesn't work out? They could also be worrying about a situation they already have that is sour, because here it is turned upside down, right? I just put it in the upright, but they could be worrying about that. What about what I already have that's already not working out? And I need to also mention, when I pulled these three cards, on the bottom was the Devil. So I had put that aside and shuffled out the rest. So I do feel that between these two is a bit of a karmic bond, we can call it, right? Because it's turning ugly. Because now it's like no one's making moves. Their backs are facing each other. No one's making a move. So they're being held hostage, whether it be by their thoughts, by their demands, by their expectations. They're being held hostage here to their own situation. And this can be a very loving situation. It can be, but this is what I'm picking up. We have this Queen of Cups stressing to the point where they're losing emotions, or control would be the better word, losing control over their emotions, feeling very overwhelmed, wanting to just put a lid on it and not even have to focus on that anymore, as well as the energy I pick up with that, because they're already dealing with something here, or they're stressing about future events that haven't even happened yet. One or the other. We have this Queen of Swords, and let's set that aside. And she's facing forward for me, facing forward. And I'm just trying to remember what I picked up for her energy. I'm sorry, because I had so much happen in between when I pulled these cards and till I'm doing this reading. Obviously, the Queen of Swords wants the truth. Obviously, the Queen of Swords is almost, come forward if you wish to speak the truth. Come forward on those terms. This woman is looking forward. She's ready to move forward. This energy, this Queen of Swords energy, is ready to move forward, forward thinking. Her thoughts have diminished. Her overwhelming mind energy is going down, right? So now she's thinking more logically, just like a Queen of Swords would, matter of fact energy. And when I cleared her, she had the Magician and the King of Swords. And I remember like the first kind of thought I had is she wants someone to come forward, take their power and take their role, to take that spot as a king, to not be in their emotions, to actually move forward and take action moving forward. So we do have a king and a queen here. And that's beautiful. I was really shocked when this came out. And when I look at this king, he's like the man of her dreams, or the ideal thoughts she's having towards this person. It's almost the same type of energy, right? It's like taking your power back, facing the situation straight on, and dealing with it. And also consciousness is what I heard, like being conscious about what's going on in this situation. But with the Devil that came out, or that was at the bottom when I pulled those two cards, I really felt like, just because we say the karmic, and we did a great video on the karmic, and thank you for everyone that did purchase the video about the fatherly love, that fatherly situation with the karmic and the person that they're with. Just because, we always say the devil is tying the masculine to the karmic, it doesn't mean the devil can't be tying us to our masculine, of course. If things are getting toxic and things are not moving, well, then that's devil energy. Like the devil doesn't have to be like someone's killing you or someone's torturing you or anything like that. It's like stagnancy and doing things that don't lead you anywhere good, almost like a perverseness. And as I see this, isn't it interesting that two cards came here, one card came out to clarify, one card came here, two cards came out to clarify. It's like the yin and yang energy here, and I love it. So today I was guided to pull out this Wisdom of the Hidden Realms, and I don't use it often because it's actually quite a deep deck, and I really do feel that you do need the book to explain a lot of it. Regardless if these cards come in reverse, I'm not going to take a reversal because this deck hasn't been used for a while anyhow. Let's double cleanse it. It's a very clear energy deck because I have not used it for definitely over a few months. Whoa, there we go. I feel like that wants to come out. Okay. So I was guided to use it, and then I had lost a tarot deck today, and I'm like, how do I lose a tarot deck? I ended up finding it, but I found it with the book to the deck I thought about, and I'm like, oh, clearly there's the message. So I'm going to pull a card for the Queen of Cups energy and the Queen of Swords energy and see what it says. And thank you, everyone, for all your likes, for your bookings. It's so awesome. I love having a schedule. Oh, so we got two already. Perfect. Okay. So the one card we have here is Sisters of the Season, Cycle of Growth, Natural Law and Divine Order. This came on the Queen of Cups side. Well, I put it there. And here for the Queen of Swords side, we have the Lady of the Mirror, Reflection and Non-Judgment, number 44. That's probably very relevant here. Okay, so let's begin and see what we have. When the sisters of the seasons meet, You on your path, they remind you that everything has a natural rhythm that obeys a higher law. Just as the seasons magically pass, be reminded that the nature of birth, growth, harvest, and decay cannot be altered. So if you keep on your path with determination and discernment, allowing the natural course of events to unfold, success is assured. So what this card tells me, clarifying this Queen of Cups energy that we've already decided is stressing out, is that this person is not going with the natural flow and divine order. They're trying to control this. This is why there's a lid on their cup. They're thinking of the worst case scenarios, which is why the Four of Wands came in reverse. You know, what they don't know, and especially with this Ace of Cups here, is if they could just take that lid off and go with the natural flow, let whatever has to come out, let it spill, let it get messy. And I'm noticing for some reason the initial here, and I know it's a W, but I'm hearing M. So I have to say someone has the initial M for some reason. Anyhow, go with the flow. Fulfill, like, it's not about fulfillment there. It's about allowing whatever has to come in with this bird. It's not about fulfillment. It's like letting things come in that have to come in, even if they're pushing other elements out, and just going with the natural flow. So when I see this card coming out to clarify this, it does make sense. There actually could be success assured if this person, this Queen of Cups energy, which is the energy of the moon, which is the energy of, I almost want to say that we picked up on that motherly energy in that reading I did. And sometimes that motherly energy can affect a divine masculine. If this is a divine masculine for you that we're talking about, worrying about it's just control again, right? Because moms, they do want to make sure everything goes the best way it can. Everyone eats, everyone sleeps well in a bed, everyone's tucked in. And it's like, it's time to just go with the flow, not have that energy. This masculine doesn't need to be taking on this role of so much emotions and worry, because it's not doing them any good, especially in the realms of manifestation. And the Devil card can actually be saying that this person is tied to their thoughts of overthinking and basically burning themselves. Look at the masculine has the flame on his ass. The feminine has her own issues, but she has a pile of grapes. So she's not as stressed. I can say that here. Let me just make sure if there's anything more I need to pick up here. Just as a reminder, this person has to remember, whoever this energy is for, this Queen of Cups energy, has to remember that everything does have a natural rhythm and obey the higher laws, just as the seasons magically pass. What this is also saying is that this person is having trouble letting go of whatever situation they're in. This can literally be talking about right now, because we have the tree here and it's, shedding its leaves. They're having trouble moving forward and allowing the natural flow. And this is why their back is turned. We will clarify that more. We have the Queen of Cups, who's probably just been like done. Like she's like, I've had enough until you come forward with me, to me as the proper energy I want. I'm just done out of here. I'm going forward myself. I just keep on noticing her hand out and her other hand with the sword, but her hand out. It's like, I just feel like she's like, I had enough. I'm not even going to look at you anymore. So the Lady of the Mirror, number 44, which is a very powerful number in itself. And that alone, when I say that, tells me that this divine energy here knows, this is the card of reflection, which has a whole other message on its own. I'm not going to get into my interpretation yet, but this woman knows. And it's actually upsetting her because she knows, I'm just reading this energy now. She knows some of her issues are a reflection of her own self. But also she knows this person is like a reflection of herself. Now that's weird. 44, huh? She knows this person is a reflection of herself. What she's putting out to this person, it's coming back to her. So watch what you're putting out there, okay? And I'm going to read it first, but there's also the word here, non-judgment. The Lady of the Mirror is both ally and challenger. So there's no bad part to this card. It's very balanced is what this card is about. And, interestingly enough, like that's the energy as well of the Queen and King of Swords. I feel like they just do what they're supposed to do. It's not about taking sides. It's about seeing all sides and doing what's supposed to happen. So the Lady of the Mirror is both ally and challenger, asking you to see yourself in the mirror made by the events in your life. She represents the powerful force of the law of attraction and reminds you that what you are is what you attract. That's literally what just came out of my mouth, just from paying attention to the number 44. And there's some sort of a message. I'll read the rest in a moment. There's like a message here of like you getting mad with this person, whoever's getting mad with this person, it's not helping. It's not helping. It's almost demanding energy. And that brings me back to what my friend Jeff said, that the masculines need the feminines to hold space for them right now. That's what he literally said, okay? This isn't to say that you need to blame yourself for inviting transgressions, or if you find yourself a victim of a big picture event, say war. This is a distorted interpretation of this law. Current events are fated to test our faith. That's really interesting because, I don't know. I just picked up a message there when people say, well, why do bad things happen to good people? Well, that's a good way to explain it. Like, don't use that as an excuse because that's a distorted interpretation of the law. All the law is saying is what you put out is what you get. Rather than find yourself within a web woven through your life, your relationships, opportunities, desires, seeming failures and successes, observe how you've responded to life's challenges, great and small, and be aware of what is familiar in the present. So it's almost saying, why do bad events happen? They happen to test your faith. And then how you react to them is what determines what's going to come around. And that kind of really makes sense to me, to be honest. Not kind of, like it really makes sense to me, to be honest, because people do say, why do bad events happen to good people then? It's to test your faith. Let's see, without judgment, release all judgment and accept things as exactly as they are with love. Wow. So what this tells me, and there's more here, the Lady of the Mirror asks that you honor every part of your story as essential to your highest unfolding. Can you see yourself as being exactly where you need to be on your path? Do you love what you see in the mirror? Can you perceive your part in your reactions and the motives behind your current inquiry? You will find your answers in a thorough and honest self-appraisal. I don't know why that threw me off, that word, all those silent this and that. Anyhow. Okay, well, that's a freaking deep and a half message here. What I got from that is saying this, okay? Don't let the freaking devil get involved in your situation. Don't let him make you feel like you're trapped or trying to hold someone to your rules type of thing. Remember that, if you take on this Queen of Swords energy, I understand you want a King of Swords. I get it. You want a man who's honest, who's upfront, who can communicate with you, who does as he says and says as he does, who knows his own power and exercises that. I get it. But here, if this is your king, and I'm picking up this Queen of Cups energy as being more of the masculine side, if that's the situation here, this person is in a spot where they don't even know what to do. I wish you guys could see these better. I'm such a lighting non-expert anyhow. They don't even know what to do with themselves right now. They're in this contemplative mode of what's going to happen if I open myself up to love? I keep saying that, but something keeps pulling me to these readings. Let's see what's going on. He will never let go because it's their religion, culture, parents are a huge influence. Like, if that was the case, and if I was, I'll tell you the truth, if I was dealing with someone who was extremely religious and their parents are in their life and everyone is in their life, hounding them personally, I would back away, especially in that case, because that's a lot of not confrontation, but like push. It's a lot of push. Not everyone is dealing with that situation, but some are, and I understand. That's just me. I'm just saying that that's just me. I'm not saying like, I don't know your story. I'm just saying, if that was the case for me, like once parents are involved and people are with their, like, I don't worry about what my parents want to tell me. If my dad has some advice for me, I'm definitely going to take it and listen to it. But my dad would never tell me you can't be with someone. My mom would never tell me the same either. And if they did, I'd be like, oh, well, none of your business. So that's not a factor for me. But if there's people that are like, oh, they listen to everything their mom and dad say, they cannot go against it, that's a really hard, challenging journey to be on. And for me, I would, at that point, walk away. What do you have to lose? That's, everyone's story is different. Everyone has a different challenge, but that's what I'm saying I would do. So this has to do with this woman wanting what she wants, this energy here, this Queen of Swords, but it's a little bit too demanding is what I'm going to say, okay? You can vision your life exactly how you want it and all of that, but when you start judging someone for not moving at the same pace you are because you're ready for this person to come in, that's when you cause the blockages. The devil's testing you for real. The devil is testing this. It's testing your faith in the journey. If many of you felt the shift over the last few days, and I'm seeing 2 6s here, moving away from that energy, But if any of you felt the shift that has happened like over, I'm going to say since yesterday, because it's still in progress now. So that's how I know it's an actual shift. Then a lot of you have, in a sense, not walked away, but let go because you just don't know what to do. So that's okay to let go, but just don't be judging anyone for not being ready to come forward yet, because it's not going to help. It's not going to help the journey. It's not going to help the twin flame situation. So let's see what's going on here with the comments, because maybe it will help me pick my next question I'm going to ask. Yeah, we're really lucky that, and it's not that Western cultures don't do it. I think it's that Western civilization don't give a damn type of thing. Like, yes, some people do still care what their parents say, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, your parents can have some great advice, but from what I've learned and saw, like, parents don't know. They're not living your life. And I actually had a message from a parent, like, in my head today. Shoot, it just escaped me. I was in the kitchen. That's so weird. This is how things get brought back up. Oh, so I had a message. I don't know why this came in my head today in the kitchen. I don't even know what I was doing. I think it was a father figure. Yes, it was a father figure. I'm remembering it now. So what the message was is, so I visioned a father figure watching his son grow up and challenge the father's thoughts. And the father, though he didn't actually express to his son because he had no communication skills, he was very proud of his son for standing up and doing what he couldn't do his life. That is a message I actually got in my kitchen today, and I didn't write it down. But that tells us, sometimes our parents may look like they want it to be a certain way, but that's because of their conditioning too. They're like, I got to tell my kids to do this. I got to tell my kid, no, you can't. And deep in their heart, and I'm not a parent, so I don't know, but I could imagine some of you parents might relate to that. when you see your kid disobey you, sometimes as much as you're like pissed about it, you're proud of it as well, because your child has decided their own decision and made their own decision. I don't know how, if parents relate to that, but I could imagine I would, because I would probably be quite a strict parent as well. And it's none of my business to be a strict parent. It really isn't. At least I know that. But I would probably be like, no, that's not best. That's not best. So I actually got that message. That maybe that message is for you because you're dealing with the parent situation. But this had to do with a father watching his son basically grow up and do everything he didn't do. He chose not to do, because it's not that he couldn't. He chose not to. So I almost want to pull from a different deck here. I'm pulling from this one. Why? I don't know, but perfectly fitting. We have the Judgment card at the bottom. So let's pull one card for the Queen of Cups energy. One card for the Queen of Cups energy, please. I just got so many messages in that one silly little card. I'm going to pull for the Queen of Swords energy. Queen of Swords, please. Okay. 2 came out. It's interesting because we have the 6 of Swords under here as well. So I'm going to leave that and talk about that. But this card, the Page of Pentacles that came out, there's a little person in there. And the first message I got from that card was this person has to go and reconnect with their smaller self, their smaller minded thinking self, and give them some attention and some love. The second message I got had to do with the energy we picked up yesterday of someone worrying about this. This is the energy, I'm going to go with the energy I picked up yesterday, because this is a grown adult in a little body. And this is what I picked up on the Vimeo Fatherly Love reading I did yesterday. It was about, basically, this was the karmic in the reading. This is what the karmic looked like to me. She was a grown-up, but she was not a grown-up. So now what I'm picking up as I'm speaking is this person, this is the masculine energy here. He needs to really take a look at how he's debilitating his growth by continually feeding his little self, okay? His lower-minded thinking. That is so interesting to just see that here. This person really needs to take a look at exactly what they're feeding and what they're nurturing with that motherly energy. And they're debilitating their own growth. So I didn't have that part in my dream, and I didn't pick up on that part necessarily. I did pick up on it technically. But not only is the masculine debilitating his karmic from growing, he could actually, thank God, most of you are very aware and, doing your thing, but he could debilitate everyone involved in this if you let him. But you're not letting him. In fact, what I see here with the Queen of Pentacles, then this message is connecting a bit here. It's like you have to see the best outcome here. You have to see that this person will stop feeding this little man inside of them, this little-minded punk. Like, it really is a little brat inside of them that's giving them fearful thinking. And you have to see, here we go with the reflection. Look at her reflection is in here. You have to see everything is connected. And you have to give yourself what you want this person to give you until it comes to you. With the bunny, it could be coming very fast. It could be coming in Easter season. Yesterday we picked up, I don't know whose reading it was. Maybe it was the fire signs. Maybe it was the collective. I don't know. I remember seeing the Easter egg. Okay. So you literally need, you will inspire. Walking away, look at, Walking away, I don't even have to show you. Here, everyone's just in this depressed energy here. Walking away inspires this person to pick up and get moving and deal with his injuries, because those 6 swords are usually stabbed in the boat to keep it floating. Because if you take out the swords, the boat's going to sink. As I said here, this person has to allow what comes in to come in. And if it has to overflow with emotions, or if stuff has to come out, it has to come out. That's what this is about. So you paying attention to you, realizing not to judge this other person, don't judge them. This is a reflection of yourself in many ways. And you moving forward. And it's almost like, look at how there's this little person here. It could almost be like you're sending out vibes to their little person and saying, don't worry, everything's going to be fine. Or this can be you dealing with your own little person and loving your own little self and being like, don't worry, hon, we're going to go take these moves. We're going to go walk away. It looks scary, but we'll be fine. And lo and behold, you may not see it, but this man is right behind you coming. He's picking up his crap and dealing with it. He can't get back in that boat now because it will sink. It's filling up with water as we speak. So that's a really big message. I would really appreciate if you guys like this video, if you like it. And look at this, the card underneath that. It's very interesting. It's like this man is finally turning around slowly but surely and seeing the connection, dealing with all of this other crap. Because usually this man his back is facing us. Well, this person is finally turning. That's a really interesting reading. Thank you so much for everyone that joined me for this. I'm going to keep it short. I probably will be back on at night. Thank you for booking on my new website, atouchoftarot.com. And as I said, if you have questions about San Francisco, I will be there from the 8th to the 12th. And right now, booking for the 9th. So if you can make it out on Saturday the 9th, or even Sunday the 10th, even Friday, there's probably availability, or we can work something out, Sylvia and I. You can email either of us. You can email me because I know Sylvia doesn't love the emails. She doesn't, people don't love reading emails. I get it. So you can email me, and it's not that I love reading emails, but I do go through them regularly, very regularly. So atouchoftarot@gmail.com, but you can also email Sylvia, no problem, and if anything, she might forward me the email. And that's it for now, everyone. I hope you had a really good day. Wish I could go. Your son's birthday's on 11/11. That's the whole point of the trip, right? We have the 11/11 energy. So Sylvia and I are going to go to the sacred grounds out there. There is actually sacred grounds out there. And do some meditation and prayer for everyone. So it's okay. We'll be praying for you. Okay, thank you all so much. I think that's all I really have to say. I just wanted to give us a collective reading. Please send your questions in for Jeff, who is going to be representing Divine Masculine. And it's really interesting because he's like, that's a big title. And I'm like, I get it. You don't have to take on that title, but we just need to know, what does a Divine Masculine think? What is going through his head? Especially someone who's come out of a regular situation. He was a regular guy dealing with regular guy stuff, relationships, stress, girls, sex, money, drugs, the whole situation, right? And then growing into this person and realizing he has a higher purpose. And when you hear him speak, you will know what I'm talking about. And he knows the terminology, Divine Masculine and Feminine. Who knows that besides us? Okay, so thank you all so much. Have a really good day. Bye for now.